So straight into action with heat number 21. Sergei Kazakov in red, Michael Lang blue, Stefan Svensson white, and Sven Bjorklund in yellow-black. And day 2 gets underway. And straight away we lose a rider on the first turn, and the race has been stopped. The lights are on. It's Sven Bjorklund, who certainly hasn't had the best preparations for this World Final. He was injured in practice on Friday, and now he looks in a little bit of discomfort as he sits on the protected straw bales. Sven Bjorklund was one of the, well, pre-meeting favourites from Scandinavia to try and get on the rostrum this year. So the restart of heat number 21 with the exclusion of Sven Bjorklund in yellow-black. So just 3 riders, Kazakov red, Lang blue and Stefan Svensson in white. The restart of heat 21. First one to show straight away, no surprises, is Sergei Kazakov. Kazakov in red, Michael Lang in blue and Stefan Svensson in white. In that order as the spray from the water comes up. Now Lang coming up to put pressure, driving underneath Kazakov. Michael Lang from Germany is through to first place. Kazakov second. Svensson looking down at his machine. But Michael Lang, he needed just one moment, just one little slip by Kazakov and he was through. He certainly has been a tremendous character in 1990. One would have never put much money on him progressing past the semi-final stages, but he shocked a lot of us in Aston in Holland with some really superb ice racing. He's got just one more lap in heat number 21 to get 3 points to his name. Currently online, of course, after day 1, and 1 exclusion as well, so he could well have been at the top of the pack at the moment with the Schenko and Hivasoya, but he gets to the checkered flag in first place. Michael Lang wins. In second place is Sergei Kazakov. Third is Stefan Svensson. So Michael Lang from Germany starts off with 3 points on day 2 as he wins the restart of heat number 21. So heat number 22, there in the yellow helmet is one of the current leaders, Nikolai Nishenko, first appearance on day 2. The full lineup: Bronislav Frank red, Yuri Ivanov blue, Sergei Ivanov white, and Nikolai Nishenko in yellow and black. Starting marshal calling them in. We're just waiting for one rider to come in. Bronislav Frank from Czechoslovakia. Frank currently lying on 6 points. Starting marshal's now happy. Green lights on. And the tapes rise. And who's going to get into that first turn in Furtis? Bronislav Frank, but just look who's coming around the outside. Nikolai, oh my word, they get very close there. Nishenko is all over the place. Lucky to stay on. But it's Sergei Ivanov who forces his way to the front over Bronislav Frank. And are we in for an upset as early as heat number 22? Sergei Ivanov first. Now Nishenko making his move on Bronislav Frank. Nishenko forges his way to the front in true character of a world champion. So Nishenko is now in first place, Sergei Ivanov second, Bronislav Frank third. And my word, what a tremendous ride by this Nikolai Nishenko. Looked as though he was going to fall down the back straight of the first lap. 1 lap to go in heat number 22, and then came bursting through on Bronislav Frank and Sergei Ivanov. And surely now looking set for 3 points. A courageous and determined ride by the Russian. It's Nishenko that wins. Second place is Sergei Ivanov. Third place, Bronislav Frank. So Nishenko starts with 3 points on day 2, goes on to 17, and it's fair to say he's looking very good, looking in a determined mood to retain that World Championship. Nishenko the winner of heat 22. So there in yellow and black, coming out for his first outing on day number 2, heat 24, is Jarmo Hivasoja from Finland, Jampa. So it's Harold Baumann in red, Helmut Weber blue, Per-Olof Sorenius in white, and Jarmo Hivasoja currently on 14 points in yellow and black. Sorenius on 11. He's the serious contestant for Hivasoja in this particular race, one would imagine. have to say that Baumann was a little bit disappointing on day one here in Gothenburg. But you can never doubt Helmut Weber always brings one or two surprises, especially in World Championship events. Serenius, the last one to come into line. They're all now happy. The green light's on. And heat number 24 gets underway, and straight away it's Baumann and Serenius, but Evan Sawyer drives around Baumann, but he's got Serenius now to deal with. It's Serenius in white, holding on to the lead. Now Evan Sawyer mounting a challenge around the outside. Still Serenius holding on, one lap gone. Evan Sawyer, who led from the start on a lot of his races on day one, is going to have to come from the back here, and he's done just that. He draws up level with Serenius. Can he got the legs down this turn? There's still a lot between them. 2 laps gone. Evan Sawyer leads. Serenius in second place. Weber, oh my word, Serenius very nearly comes down and led, which has given the initiative to Evan Sawyer. So Evan Sawyer leads now with 1 more lap to go. Per-Olof Serenius is in second place and Helmut Weber third. So is Evan Sawyer going to start day 2 with 3 more points? Evan Sawyer around the final 2 to spend. It's Evan Sawyer wins. Serenius second and Weber third. And the Finnish crowd cheering, the flags are waving, and they've got a lot to cheer about. As Jarmo Evan Sawyer acknowledges the challenge from Serenius, 2 wary old competitors from Scandinavia. But it's Evan Sawyer who gets the 3 points, who wins heat number 24. So heat number 28, there in the blue helmet colour, Nikolai Nishenko. On 17 points, the full lineup. Sven-Erik Bjorklund in red, Nikolai Nishenko blue, Eskil Jonsson is in white, and Per-Olof Serenius in yellow-black as they drive from the start. Nishenko already there in the first turn. Serenius there with him as well. And can Serenius come underneath Nishenko? Serenius is there with Nishenko. A great scrap at the moment as they come up to complete 1 lap, but Nishenko just with the edge, but Serenius will do all he can to help out the fellow Scandinavian, Jarmo Evan Sawyer. Nishenko is aware of the move that Serenius will make on him. Bjorklund back in third place, and Eskil Jonsson tailed off in fourth. But with 2 laps gone, Nishenko beginning to pull clear. He really has got some speed on him, Mr. Nishenko. Second place still is Poser, and Bjorklund back in third place. So with 1 more lap to go, it looks as though it could well be 3 more points for Nikolai Nishenko, who's certainly not going to relinquish that crown without a fight. We never expected you to do that, sir. But he comes around to take the checker flag. It's Nikolai Nishenko who wins. Per-Olof Serenius in second place. Sven-Erik Bjorklund back in third. So Nikolai Nishenko looks over his shoulder. He's the winner. He collects the 3 points as he wins heat number 28. 2 points to Per-Olof Serenius and 1 for Sven-Erik Bjorklund. But Nishenko wins heat 28.
Nikolai Nishenko pour gagner 3 points.
So there we see the scoreboard, all riders now having 7 outings, and look, very, very interesting battle indeed. The 2 leaders well clear of the pack, Jarmo Evan Sawyer and Nikolai Nishenko both on 20. And then look at the riders, 4 of them on 15 for that 3rd spot. Sergei Kazakov, Sergei Ivanov, Per-Olof Serenius and Michael Lang coming back into the reckoning. And there in 7th place is Igor Yakovlev on 14. So 2 separate battles, 1 for 1st and 2nd, and the rest for that bronze medal. So heat number 29, there we see a good shot of the spikes which take part of the scenery here in ice racing. In heat number 29, it's Sergei Ivanov red, Serenius in blue, Kazakov white, and Stanislav Big in yellow-black, and straight away it is Sergei Ivanov and Kazakov who are there. And Serenius is going to cut underneath the pack of them, and he does indeed. Look at Serenius go! Drives underneath Sergei Ivanov and Sergei Kazakov and fights his way to the front. So Poser has done it the hard way from the back. But my word, over 2 of those Russians, it was remarkable how he achieved that feat. So Serenius is through to first place. 2nd place at the moment, it is Kazakov just from Ivanov. That's where the battle lies. Ivanov now fighting his way through. So it's Per-Olof Serenius in 1st place, Sergei Ivanov 2nd, Sergei Kazakov 3rd, and Poser Serenius, my word. Down the back straight for the final time, and it'll be a good win for him. Oh my word, just look at the battle out to race the line. It's just Serenius who holds on. Sergei Ivanov is in second place. And Sergei Kazakov is in third. But the race to the line, as we see again, Serenius there drifting out slightly wide. Ivanov cuts up underneath him. And it's a race to the line, but it's just Serenius who holds on to win heat 29. So heat number 32, and back onto the arena for Jarmo Hevesoja in white. Yuri Ivanov is in red, Tony Kotowski, the reserve, in blue, Jarmo Hevesoja in white, and Robert Munnicombe in yellow and black. And we have to say that Jarmo has got not an easy ride by any means with Yuri Ivanov in it, because he'll be doing his utmost to beat him, to help his fellow countrymen out. So watch for the rider in red and the rider in white, two reserves at the moment in to replace Bjorklund and Sukov. But the way they drive, and it is Hevesoja, as one would expect, who gets to the first bend in front. So Hevesoja in first place. We've got to say, we look down the programme to see when these two, Hevesoja and Nishenko, meet, and it's 34, so certainly don't go and make a cup of tea just yet. But Hevesoja now coming under pressure from Yuri Ivanov. He can't afford to make a mistake. Hevesoja around the favourite outside line. Yuri Ivanov tucked in behind him, but it certainly hasn't been the old familiar Yuri Ivanov that we know of old. In third place, it's Tony Kotowski. But Jarmo Hevesoja, that's the one all the eyes are on in first place. Still in second place is Yuri Ivanov with one more lap to go. Heat number 32 of this 1990 World Individual Ice Racing Championship. Pictures being brought exclusively by Screen Sport. The final two bends of this heat. And it's Jarmo Hevesoja who comes up to take the checker flag. He wins! Second place is Yuri Ivanov. And Tony Kotowski back in third place. But Jarmo Hevesoja, to the delight of the Finnish and Scandinavian crowd, gets the 3 points as he wins heat number 32. 2 to Yuri Ivanov and 1 to the reserve, Tony Kotowski. So there we see the leaderboard yet again, and it's very, very interesting, isn't it? Two riders on 23, dicing for gold and silver. Jarmo Hevesoja and Nikolai Nishenko, and they meet in heat 34. And then just look at the pack behind them. Per-Olof Serenius in Sweden on 18, and then two riders on 17, Sergei Ivanov and Michael Lang. Kazakov on 16. So heat 33, Kazakov red, Jonsson blue, Weber white, and Yuri Ivanov yellow-black. And away they drive, and it's Yuri Ivanov who drives into the first bend. Sorry, Sergei Kazakov, my mistake, who drives into the first bend. Ivanov is back in fourth place. It's Esko Jonsson and Weber dicing for second and third. But good old Kazar, the old gold-toothed, wiry old Russian, who's in first place at the moment. Second place, Helmut Weber in white. Third place, Yuri Ivanov now come up to overtake Esko Jonsson. But Kazakov, who's dicing in the pack for the bronze medal position. He's done everything before in ice racing. He knows what the score is. And at the moment, not under too much pressure from the rider in white, Helmut Weber, with one more lap to go in heat number 33. We're all getting ready for the clash of the giants in heat number 34. I'm sorry to have to say it's Sergei Kazakov, but we're all waiting, pen poised for the next heat. As he comes up, Weber mounting a late challenge, but not going to get there. It's Kazakov that wins. Helmut Weber in second place. Yuri Ivanov holding on to third place. But Kazakov from the Soviet Union in the red helmet colour, he's the winner of heat number 33. So the one we've all been waiting for, heat number 34. And there he is, it's Nikolai Nishenko with the pressure on him. And there he is as well, Jarmo Hevesoja. What can you say? What is going through their minds at the moment? Away they drive from the start. Red is Michael Lang, Hevesoja blue, Nishenko in white. They're the ones to watch. It's Michael Lang who gets the first bend in front. Hevesoja second, and Nishenko is going to have to come from the back. Nishenko's in fourth place at the moment. He's overtaken Stanislav D. He's got his sets sight on. Hevesoja is in second place on Michael Lang. Hevesoja now coming underneath Michael Lang. Nishenko rising down the back straight, but it's still Hevesoja just from Nishenko, who drives underneath Hevesoja. Not quite got in on that bend. Heversoy on the outside. Lishchenko now mounting the challenge. Heversoy comes through. Heversoy holding on just when Lishchenko drives underneath him. Lishchenko's there at the moment. Heversoy second. Michael Lang third. So Lishchenko has come from the back. Lishchenko, oh my word, Lishchenko's down! Lishchenko, the world champion, is down! The race has been stopped. Let's just have a look at what happened. He seemed to be in control of the situation. And all of a sudden he hits the ice and away he's gone. Nikolai Lishchenko is on his feet. He says, I'm all right. But surely, as we see the yellow light on for his exclusion, surely that means exclusion. And just look at the loyalty and the companionship. The man who's got everything going for him comes and picks up the man who sadly sees his World Championship hopes disappear with a fall in heat number 34. Jarmo Heversoy in blue taking back Nikolai Lishchenko to the pits. He knows that the pressure is slightly off of him as he takes Lishchenko back to the pits after falling and being excluded in heat 34. Lishchenko shakes his head as he goes back into the pits. He must have just a little bit of loose ice, but he's spun round exactly as what he did in heat number 36 in that final in Almaty, you may recall, when the world final was his for the taking. And just what must be going through his mind at the moment, seeing his world final chances disappear. Nikolai Lishchenko, who was the winner in Almaty, just spins round, telling Bayer just exactly what happened. So the restart of heat number 34 with 3 riders only. Michael Lang red, Jarmo Heversoy blue, and Stanislav Dyk in white. No rider in yellow-black, Lishchenko being excluded. The restart of heat number 34. A drive from the start, and Michael Lang it is who gets the first turn in first place. Heversoy is second, Stanislav Dyk third. Michael Lang, who dropped a point last time out, but is in the pack for the bronze medal position. Lang in red, Heversoy blue, which is a bit of a surprise with 1 lap gone. We don't know what effects the compromise has got on Jarmo Heversoy. He's his favourite competitor, the most fearful Lishchenko fall in the first stage of this event, but he's now coming up to put a challenge on Michael Lang with 2 laps gone. Lang in red, Heversoy in blue. Now Heversoy comes driving to the front. Jarmo Heversoy from Finland comes through with 1 more lap to go. Michael Lang now in second place and Stanislav Dyk third. So Jarmo Heversoy has got just to hold on to collect the 3 points. As he takes the checkered flag, it's Jarmo Heversoy who wins. Second place Michael Lang, third place Stanislav Dyk. So 3 points to Jarmo Heversoy means he's now on 26. He shakes the hands of Michael Lang after coming from the back. Jarmo Heversoy is in the sight of his first ever World Championship. So there we see now the board, and it's changed dramatically with Lishchenko's fall. Heversoy now the leader on 26 points. Nikolai Lishchenko in second place on 23. Serenius in third place on 21. 4, Sergei Ivanov 20. 2 on 19, Michael Lang and Sergei Kazakov. And Igor Yakovlev on 16. So it's Jarmo Heversoy, in my calculators, who needs 1 point from his final outing to be world champion. And the 4 final races, Bronislav Frank red, Helmut Weber blue, Stanislav Dyk white, and Robert Munnicom yellow and black for heat number 37. And straight away it is Bronislav Frank and Robert Munnicom, which is a bit of a surprise in yellow and black, fighting for the lead. Stanislav Dyk is in white at the moment. So Bronislav Frank, who really has had a good season on the ice, is destined to try and end this championship with 3 more points. Oh my word, he's down he goes, and is hit by Helmut Weber. Bronislav Frank seemed to be in control, but then hit some rough ice, and over he goes and was hit by Helmut Weber. And he's just looking a little bit of discomfort. Helmut Weber is hobbling, but then he usually does this good old Helmut. But Bronislav Frank, he really did take a nasty tumble. Let's have another look at that one and see exactly what happened from the other camera position. In control there, then all of a sudden it's a patch of bad ice and spins and loops, and over the top he goes. But just look at Helmut Weber ploughing to the machine, and both riders thankfully hit the protective straw bales, which no doubt caught the impact of the fall. So there we are, Bronislav Frank, you've got no reason to be sad. You've had a great championship, and you can look back on 1990 with some satisfaction. So the restart off heat number 37. 3 riders only. Bronislav Frank in red being excluded. Helmet Weber blue, Stanislav Dijk white, and Robert Munnicomb is in yellow and black. The restart of heat number 37. Away they drive from the start. The first one shows Robert Munnicomb round the outside. Robert Munnicomb, the reserve from the Netherlands, drives round the outside and Stan the man back in third place is Helmet Weber in blue. My word, Robert Munnicomb said if he got a chance beforehand he was going to mix it, but we didn't expect quite like this. Munnicomb still in first place, Stanislav Dijk second, Helmet Weber third. And all of a sudden Stan the man coming through to first place from Robert Munnicomb. He bided his time and he's through to first place, 2 laps gone. Then Munnicomb having to be content with trying to hold out Helmet Weber, who's beginning to see his rear mudguard and put a bit of pressure on the young Netherlands rider. Stanislav Dijk ending up with 3 points if he can stay out of trouble for one more lap. And considering he's got 16 stitches in that left foot and a broken rib, he's done exceedingly well, is Stanislav Dijk. Now all of a sudden Weber drives underneath Robert Munnicomb, the early pace leader. But coming out to check it out, it's Stanislav Dijk who wins, Helmet Weber in second place and Robert Munnicomb back in third. So Stanislav Dijk, the wary old Czech, has ended this world final with 3 points, 2 to Helmet Weber and 1 to the reserve Robert Munnicomb. Well, there we see the man with a lot of thoughts going through his mind at the moment. In white is Jarmo Hivasoja from Finland. Just to recap, he needs just 1 point from heat number 39 to be crowned world champion. Just 1 point. He's got to finish in third place. The opposition are Stefan Svensson in red, Esko Jonsson blue, and Sergei Ivanov in yellow and black. So what surely must be going through his mind? He's done it all. He's been in 6 world finals. His highest position was second in 1985 in Assen in Holland, when he finished on 26 points. And now he's in sight of the coveted world title. So here we go for the start of heat number 39, when all could be decided. As the tapes rise and away they drive from the start. And the first one to show is indeed the rider in red and yellow and black. Yellow and black it is, Sergei Ivanov, who drives down the back straight. Stefan Svensson in second, Jarmo Hivasoja third, Esko Jonsson fourth. And Hivasoja now overtakes Jonsson, so he's in third place. And that's all he needs to be world champion. Sergei Ivanov is still, if he can win this one, we'll have a runoff for the bronze medal position with Serenius. But all eyes are on the man in white. Stefan Svensson still in second place, but Jarmo Hivasoja is holding on to third place, and that's all he needs to be world champion. Ivanov first, Svensson second, Hivasoja third. So at the end of a long, hard season of ice racing, are we looking now at a world champion, a new world champion of ice racing? The crowd beginning to get to their feet. They've not got much longer to wait. Is Ivanov in first place? The flag is poised and Hivasoja has done it. Hivasoja waves to the crowd. Ivanov wins. Svensson is second, but just look at the delight on that rider in white. Jarmo Hivasoja from Finland is the world champion, and you certainly can't do better than that. The 36-year-old from Oulu in Finland, in his 6th world final, has done it. He's done the biz. He's the world champion of ice racing in 1990, and you certainly can't do better than that. Jarmo Hivasoja, who really was one of the dark horses, but we didn't put him in the top pack. Just look at the delight on his face. He's coming out to be greeted by the mechanics and all the people who have travelled from Finland to represent the Finnish authorities. Off comes his goggles, out comes Mikael, his mechanic, the Kelly Moran look-alike with the long hair. Just look at the delight, and who can blame him? He's waited a long time for this moment. Veo Toranimi, who's built a lot of ice racing machines, is out there as well. But all delight is for the world champion, Jarmo Hivasoja. So what would be the final race of 1990, but we do have a run-off to show you. There's heat number 40, Nikolai Nashenko coming out in red, Harold Bauman blue, Tony Kotowski, a reserve ride in place of Sukhov in white, and Sergei Kazarov in yellow and black. So Nashenko needs just 1 point to be assured of second place in heat number 40. Sort of an anti-climax now, of course, after the world champion being crowned in 39, but still on the ride for Nishenko. No doubt the message has come through from the Kremlin, from Gorbachev. Come on, my boy, we want second place here. Nishenko in red, Kazakov in yellow, and Kotovsky in white. Kotovsky come underneath Sergei Kazakov, which is a bit of a surprise. Now all of a sudden Kotovsky overtakes Nishenko. Klobo himself from Czechoslovakia is overtaken the former world champion Kazakov, now the deprived world champion Nishenko. And really it is speechless, the crowd, but just bear in mind that Nishenko only needs 1 point to be assured of second place here in Gothenburg. Kotovsky in first place, Nishenko second, Kazakov back in third, and Bowman a long way in fourth place. Kotovsky just can't believe it. He keeps looking over his shoulder and says, "Are we really going?" But you are, Klobo. You won the race. Kotovsky in white wins heat 40. Second place with a race to the line is Sergei Kazakov. And a long way back in third place, but that's all he needed, was Nikolai Nishenko to be assured of the silver medal here in Gothenburg. But Kotovsky is delighted with life, and who can blame him? So we have a run-off for third place. An extra race for the added viewers of Screen Sport. Sergei Ivanov is in red, and Per-Olof Serenius is in second place, both riders tying on 23 points for the bronze medal. So the run-off for third place here in Gothenburg, and away they drive from the start. And it is Serenius first to show. Serenius from Sergei Ivanov in second place. Now can Serenius make it to Scandinavians on the rostrum? Sergei Ivanov will have something to say about it, but Serenius is in pole position with one lap gone. Serenius first. Sergei Ivanov second. Surely it'll be a great atmosphere here in the Rudalen Stadium in Gothenburg. Oh my word, but Serenius makes a mistake, but through comes Sergei Ivanov. Well, Serenius made just one mistake, and Sergei Ivanov was through like greased lightning. Sergei Ivanov it is. Serenius trying to mount up ground, but I think you've made a mistake unless you do something very special with one lap to go. Can he do it? The crowd willing him on. All the Swedish crowd cheering, come on, Serenius, come on, poser, do the biz. Round the final two bends, I think it all calls his last. And Sergei Ivanov comes up to take the checker flag. Ivanov wins, and Serenius is in second place. So it's Sergei Ivanov who gets the third bronze medal, and Serenius has to be content with fourth place. So there we are, a delighted Jarmo Hevasoja from Finland, who is in pole position on 27 points. And the Finnish crowd and the Finnish people have waited a long time for this. Nikolai Nishenko in second place on 24, Sergei Ivanov in third place on 23. We do hope you've enjoyed the coverage of ice racing here on Screen Sport. A fabulous season of entertainment, and crowned by this magical moment in Gothenburg, where Jarmo Hevasoja takes on the world and beats him to become world champion. So on behalf of the producer Tommy Randers and the whole of the Screen Sport team, this is Clive Fisher saying goodbye from Gothenburg.